on his own. Now, the president's approval rating has moved up, and the unemployment rate is creeping down, at least for the last couple of months. So can we expect more bold moves ahead of the election later this year? Is it a deliberate strategy? Joining us now, Jehmu Greene, former president of the Women's Media Center and Fox News contributor, and Gretchen Hamel, executive director of Public Notice. Ladies, great to have you here today.
Good morning.
Let me ask you first, if I can, Gretchen, are we seeing a more pushy President Obama?
We absolutely are. In fact, news reports say this will be the operating mode the president takes on this year as he prepares for re-election. And that's what his State of the Union address will say later on this month, as if Congress doesn't act, I will. While this is showing leadership, I don't know if the American public will be ready for a president that just uses executive orders and regulations to get the job done.
Jehmu, he has tried on occasion to bring both sides together. What's more important to the American public and to voters, that he makes these decisions on his own, as he has, as Gretchen points out, by executive order, or that he's able to let Congress do its job by uniting them on some of the issues that are so important right now?
Well, you're right, Jamie. He has tried. He's tried multiple times. And I think that what's most important to the American people, they don't care about the president holding hands and singing Kumbaya with a Congress that has refused to act to create jobs. And they are looking to this president to take action, and that's exactly what he did by appointing Cordray, to make sure that consumers have a watchdog to protect us from predatory lenders, from greedy Wall Street manipulation that caused the recession to begin with. So it's not necessarily pushy, I would say. It's being effective. He has decided that he's no longer going to attempt to compromise with a group of folks who I look at as bullies on a playground, who I think, in a sense, some of those Republican congressmen decided that actually they needed to destroy the economy to help defeat President Obama. And that's just irresponsible, and the president's not going to allow that to happen.
That's a pretty bold accusation there. I'll ask you in a minute about what you are thinking that backs that up. But Gretchen, let me just ask you about this consumer appointment, Richard Cordray. Why this particular appointment? I'm certain that congressional members see the relevance of having somebody as a consumer watchdog group this committee or commission has talked about for a long time. Do you think the president was concerned that he wouldn't pass muster in a confirmation situation? Was that even necessary? Why pick this one as a recess appointment? Is there more to this?
I think there is more to this. I think the president knew that he probably would not, be passed by the Senate in order to take over this position, and the president felt very strongly that he needed to be in this position. But let's look at the process of how the president did it. He threw out 20 years of precedent of not appointing someone if the Senate had been on break less than 3 days. The Senate had been on break only 2 days and therefore made this appointment on that third day. Most presidents, when they have used this process in the past, have made it over 3 days. So now he is setting forth a precedent that he and other presidents that follow, including Republicans, can use of making recess appointments on the weekend, during lunch breaks.
Gretchen, tell me, and then I want to hear from Jehmu. Is the president going to score points for this particular recess, even if you don't like the process?
I think this is a beltway argument. I think the American public doesn't quite understand it, and I don't think it will. He'll score points with the unions, who are incredibly important to him in 2012.
Jehmu?
He will score points with voters on this because they care about the fact that there's now going to be a 1-800 number that they can call in if they're having problems with their mortgages, or senior citizens can reach out and have an effective way of stopping people from scamming on them. But I think you have to look at what the Senate was doing with this appointment to begin with. The president appointed Cordray back in the summer, and a small number of Republican senators decided that they were going to block him even coming up for a vote. He has incredible bipartisan support. His record as an attorney general in Ohio, protecting consumers, watching out for, the little guy.
Right.
He is absolutely respected by Democrats and Republicans alike. It was a procedural move to just block this agency from taking action and holding Wall Street accountable.
I have to leave it there. I invite people to look up the credentials of Richard Cordray and also, give some thought to this appointment. I'm wondering where the funding is going to come from the agency and the staffing. I'll look into that and let folks know as well. Thanks, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.